Most people think heartbreak is an emotional experience, something painful, something sad, something you eventually get over. But your brain doesn't see heartbreak that way. In fact, research suggests that social rejection activates some of the same neural networks involved in physical pain, which means your brain may respond to heartbreak as if you've been injured. That's why a breakup can feel overwhelming even when you know, logically, that you'll survive it. Your thoughts may understand what's happening, but deeper systems inside the brain are reacting to something else entirely. And that's where the story begins. When we form deep emotional bonds, our brains begin treating those connections as important for our survival. For thousands of years, belonging to a group increased our chances of staying alive. Being rejected often meant danger. Humans evolved as social creatures. We depended on one another for protection, resources, and support. So when a significant relationship ends, your brain doesn't always interpret it as a simple life event. Part of it interprets it as a threat, a loss of safety, a loss of connection, and sometimes a loss of identity. Researchers have found that social rejection can activate brain regions associated with distress and physical pain. That's why heartbreak doesn't simply feel emotional. People often describe it as a weight in the chest, a knot in the stomach, an ache they can't explain. Some even experience headaches, fatigue, or changes in appetite. The pain feels real because, in many ways, it is. Your brain isn't pretending. It's responding to a genuine experience of loss. And the body often follows wherever the brain goes. Now add uncertainty, mixed signals, ghosting, breadcrumbing, the relationship ending and restarting over and over again. The brain struggles with unpredictability. Humans naturally seek patterns and certainty. We want clear answers, clear endings, clear explanations. But heartbreak rarely provides those things. And when uncertainty becomes chronic, stress hormones can remain elevated for long periods of time. This can affect sleep, concentration, mood, and emotional regulation. It can leave people feeling exhausted even when they've done nothing physically demanding. This is why people often become trapped in mental loops after heartbreak. They replay conversations, analyze messages, search for answers, wonder what they could have done differently. Not because they're weak, but because the brain is trying to solve a problem it believes is critical. The mind keeps returning to the source of pain, hoping to find relief. Unfortunately, some questions don't have satisfying answers. And the harder we search for certainty, the more trapped we can become inside the loop. Heartbreak can also affect memory. After a breakup, people often remember the relationship in extremes. They focus on the best moments, the happiest memories, the strongest feelings. The brain tends to highlight emotionally significant experiences, which can make the loss feel even larger than it already is. This is one reason people sometimes miss relationships that weren't actually healthy for them. They're not only grieving the person, they're grieving the memories, the routines, and the future they imagined together. When heartbreak is intense, or repeated over many years, it can begin influencing the way we view ourselves in the world. Not because we're choosing those beliefs, but because the brain learns from emotional experiences. One rejection can become, people leave. Several rejections can become, I'll always be abandoned. A painful betrayal can become, I can't trust anyone. And once those beliefs settle in, they begin shaping future relationships, often without us even realizing it. This is where heartbreak sometimes starts affecting mental health. People become hypervigilant. They expect rejection before it happens. They struggle to trust. They overanalyze small changes. A delayed text message suddenly feels threatening. A minor disagreement feels like the beginning of the end. Some withdraw emotionally. Others become anxious and cling tightly to relationships. Both are attempts to avoid future pain. Both are strategies the brain develops to stay safe. Psychologists often say trauma isn't defined by the event itself. It's defined by what the nervous system experiences. For some people, heartbreak becomes more than sadness. It becomes chronic stress, a state of emotional survival. The body remains alert. The mind remains watchful. And the nervous system struggles to relax. The longer the nervous system remains stuck in that state, the harder it becomes to feel safe again. Not because healing is impossible, but because the brain has learned to expect danger. The good news is that the brain is constantly changing. This ability is called neuroplasticity. The same brain that learned fear can learn safety. The same brain that learned loss can learn connection. The same nervous system that became overwhelmed can recover. Healing isn't about pretending the pain never happened, and it isn't about forgetting someone overnight. It's about creating new experiences that teach the brain a different story. A story where connection is still possible. A story where trust can return. A story where life continues moving forward. Maybe that's the most important thing to understand about heartbreak. It isn't just an emotional experience, it's a neurological one, a biological one, a human one. And if heartbreak can reshape the brain, then healing can reshape it too. Every healthy habit, every supportive friendship, every moment of self-compassion, every step forward, they're all experiences that help rewire the brain. The brain is always listening to your experiences, always adapting, always learning. The question is, what are you teaching it next? Subscribe for more psychology and human behavior.